All right, everybody, good morning. We're beating the sun here this morning. It's the first wash of the Emira after the detail, which is my favorite wash by far. I did all that work. I still have some polished dust and stuff in the cracks and crevices. We took it to the track, so this is a post-track wash. I did about 10 laps, because now this car's worth a bunch of money. Go Emira giveaway, go to sussgarage.com, get entered to win. That car is fantastic. The check engine light that came on cleared. I didn't have to clear it, so I don't know what the heck that was. I didn't even get to run the code to see what happened, but car's running great, suspension's great, wheels are amazing. I mean, just look at this thing. It looks incredible. So anyway, we're gonna test out the new AR630. By the time you're watching this video, it's live, but I hope it's good. We're gonna find out. I got a pretty substantial allotment of the first batch. I think I got 40 something of the very first and 96 of the second batch. And so we'll have a pre-order for them, assuming it's good. If it's not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll have to cancel the order or something like that. But anyway, or maybe the second batch. So anyway, let me get that out and I'm gonna sort of do a temporary setup here. I got a pressure washer hose. I got some nozzles. I'm not sure what size nozzles to use. I'll probably just grab a 5.0 to start with because that's what worked well in the other one. I'm gonna grab water from my hose outside and we're gonna wash the car and hang out today if that's cool with you. I think this car, I just can't stop looking at it. It's incredible. I mean, my GT4 RS looks like a fatso out there. It looks like a fat, bolted-on schlub in comparison to this thing. Now my Bronco looks sick. I don't care what anybody says. All right, so let me get this thing out. And man, the world has changed for me. I remember me begging all these companies, please, can I please use your product? Can I please sell it? And now it's like, I've had this thing for a while. So we're gonna test it as well. So I haven't tested it. I like to use things. It's like, same thing with a car. I'd never driven a GT4 RS and I bought it. I never driven an Emira and I bought it. I like that, the mystery, the hope, and I'm okay with the sunk cost. I'm okay with making mistakes. So I like to just go instead of doing all the primping and prepping and bull crap. All right, first glance, fit and finish looks freaking pretty sweet. That was always my rub on this in comparison to the Krensla, is that it had kind of janky Italianness to it. Wow, it looks really nice. That thing looks good. It's heavy. So, if you're not familiar with pressure washers, just to make it real simple for you, oh, it has a spot for your nozzles. This thing's pretty freaking sweet. Turn that all the way up, on, off. Man, oh, there's a bypass right here. Yeah, this thing's cool. Oil change right there. But anyway, this is a triplex pump. So what that means is there's a crankshaft in this. So they both use plungers. I don't think I'll need any tape here. How do you thread that on if this thing spins? This is inlet, so this won't be high pressure. It's NPT, so I would suggest taping this or pipe doping it. Let's tape it. See if I can find my tape. My entire garage is an explosion of new. All of that work, all the organization. Like I got extension cords running over top of my cabinets. But all that work has been completely negated because I got new cabinets. But look at this sucker. Yeah, I just haven't thrown in here. But I'm gonna be able to fit, like, show this, my entire screwdriver collection. Michelle called it a collection. I was offended. It's not collecting, these are tools for use and building stuff. I like it, I don't care. I don't care what you say. Look at this, boom. This drawer probably weighs 350 pounds. All right, so what we need is we need a big fatty here. No, that's not it. This must be SAE. That's a 12. Even with all that weight, look at that, boom, no deflection. It's good, it's real good. All right. So these are national pipe threads, so they're taper threads. So I would suggest taping this. And then you want to go clockwise. I could be like a reviewer and pretend that I know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue. We're doing it live on camera. So this is our inlet. Now, when you have anytime you have an O-ring, then you generally won't need tape or pipe dope. So I won't tape the garden hose fitting unless I absolutely had to. And this you can tighten, but the garden hose fitting, you want to make sure that you don't make too tight. I do like this stout of a fitting here on the inlet. A lot of pressure washers will have this as plastic, and so an industrial grade pressure washer like this, you would think that it wouldn't be plastic. And so then we push this O-ring in here like so, and I'm going to grab a quick disconnect so that I can quickly attach my stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Say we have a problem here. Yeah, we do have a problem. I don't have an M22 fitting. Oh no, is that 3/8? That's 3/8.
Where's our product guy?
Yep. We don't have what we need.
Oh, the M22 for the pressure washer?
I don't think that's M22. That looks like 3/8. Let me see. I don't think I have one though. It's a good thing I'm awesome. Bang. This is 22. Let's just take a gander here. This is SAE. I think it might be a 1-inch. Yippee jeppy. So you'll need it's funny how far this world has come. When I started this, all these pressure washer companies are like, don't use quick disconnects, it's gonna cause a cavitation. And now they make it so that you need a quick disconnect, basically. All right, so here's our garden hose fitting. So this is where you wanna be aware that O-ring. So your tendency is, well, man, it's leaking. I need to tighten it more. You don't want to tighten it too much because then you'll crush the O-ring and then it'll leak. So you want to get to maximum hand tightened, maybe slightly past hand tightened. We'll test it, but that's all you need on this type of fitting here. If you go and torque it down, you're going to end up with a leak because you'll crush the O-ring because it's a pretty thick rubber O-ring on the garden hose fitting. It's low pressure anyway, so you're going to be 80 psi or less coming in. So you don't need a lot of pressure. I would tape this fitting here too, and I'm kind of messing it up here. I mean, I guess I could have just attached the hose directly to it if I needed to, but I want to be able to break it down here because I'm kind of playing with that new Prenzl over there as well. Good. Okay, this thing looks good. The plastic is so much better than the old one, and then the pump head looks really nice. We're talking about maybe making a nickel plated or stainless steel head version. I'm sure that'll cost a pretty penny, especially for doing deionized water systems. But the way this works is there's I think the plungers are here. And so there's a shaft, crankshaft, there's the electric motors in here. The crankshaft, I believe, runs this way. It's been a long time since I've taken this apart. So here's your check valves. There's oil. I don't know if this says oil as well. I haven't gone and broken an AR630 completely apart. But it's rated at 1600 PSI, 2.3 GPM. And so let's turn it off. I wonder why we have click, click. So So that must be bypassed, that must be on, and we'll play with that. So let's start with it off. All right, so let's get water here. So I'm gonna just grab my garden hose. We're gonna find out here, Nick. We are gonna find out. So I got my garden hose. Let's make this look pretty here. Let's get rid of my slack. Nice little service loop there. What do we call it? Swoop radius? Is that a quality swoop radius, Mike? Okay, we won't need a swoop radius on this this one here. All right, so I got a 100-foot hose, which I don't need, but I got in case I wanted to run it down to the neighbor's house. I got this. Get us a good look at swoop radius here. Let's turn this around. So I just have a 3/8 female quick disconnect, and it's MTM to MTM, so that's good. So the profiles will be correct. And we're gonna go and get this ready. All right, piece of cake, right? I'm making a slight mess here. It's kind of stupid when I have this perfect solution on the wall, but the things I do for you people, I'm lying, I'm doing this for me because I want to know. What if this new AR is better? What if it's the best thing in the world? Okay, set our gun up here. I got all kinds of frickin' fittings going on here. I got a Primo, so a Primo MTM fitting. I got Mosmatic fittings. It all works. We may get a little drip, but all right. So I can't use this. This is I believe an 8.0. So I got a bunch of. Even though I'm living in chaos here, I'm still pretty freaking organized, I must say so. Because, boom. Now Nick did bring these to me, so I guess I can't take full credit for it. So I got 6.0, 5.5, 5.0, 4.5, 4.0. So you see lots of people talking about my pressure washer blew up and blah, blah, blah. It's because they're not doing this right. I've tried to talk to Griot's Garage, the rag company, all these guys that want to make pressure washer fittings and things, and they don't know anything about this stuff. And so everybody just assumes, well, we'll just get an average. You know, we have a 2.5 and a 5.0, and that'll just kind of work for everybody. That's not how this game works, people. You got to have the right size nozzle. Especially, this will be quite a bit more forgiving. This industrial grade pump. But if you're dealing with a cheap pump like an Active 3.0 or Active 2.0, my guess is that 90% of the problems that people are experiencing with their pressure washers, and they're blaming somebody else, is that they're using the wrong size orifice. And on a smaller pump, with a smaller electric motor that isn't as robust, you're going to end up with blown pumps, mainly blown electric motors, because you're using the wrong orifice. So this guy here will have some leeway, but there's only so much leeway you got before you start having problems. It's a pretty frickin' stout power cord here. We'd have to cut this sucker if you're going to do a custom install. The thing I don't love is the mount on this. So the bottom, they didn't change anything here. You see the mount over there, Mike? It's just kind of cheesy. But the nice thing about this now is, what I've always complained about in the ARs, there's just a little bit of Italian jank. Just a little bit. And this looks, fit and finish looks great. It's like a brand new Corvette here. They hired some good engineers, and we're gonna find out if the Corvette's better than the Porsche. From a design perspective, this is better. It's mid-engine, it's crankshaft driven, it's not radial axial. So the Krensla here has a radial axial, this is a radial axial pump. So you have the electric motor, you have a wobble plate or a plate that has a fat part and a skinny part, and when it goes around, it appears to wobble, and so the wobble is what hits the plungers. So this has 3 plungers, this has 3 plungers, but this one's driven by a crankshaft, this one's driven by a wobble plate. So just a different design. And the wobble plate is inferior in design, but you got these guys that have been at it for a really long time, and it's kind of like Porsche where they've kind of mastered it. A lot of prep work here for us to actually wash a car. Our good daylight's gonna get jacked. So theoretically, what you should do is run the air out. So we'll do the smart thing here. Let's go 5.0, because that's what I used in the original 630. I don't know that it looks a completely different setup, so 40 degree, 5.0. See, it's kind of nifty, I guess. You got your little nozzles here. I only use one nozzle, but you can put your nozzles there like that. So we'll leave the machine off, we'll run the air out. I do have the 100-foot garden hose that push some air through. So Nick was saying that first click is constant run. He's wrong. That's TSS. And then bypass. Bypass will be constant run. It's quieter. I don't love the, and this might be better for the pump. There's a little, there's like a little ramp down, like it, or like a little leftover idle after the pressure switch turns it off. That seems pretty nice. All right, let's get going before it gets all sunny and freaking hot. All right, what do I need here? What do I need? I need to let Chase in because he's ready. You ready to go take a nap, buddy? I know, it's been a rough morning for you. There you go. You know what my Swiss Trucks cleaning video is gonna be? I can say, this is how I clean Swiss Trucks. We're gonna put it in a box and put new ones in. That's what we're doing. All right, I need brake buster, and we're good. All right, back to the Emira. I got a little sidetracked there on a new pressure washer. Man, these wheels are sick. My buddy Jimmy at Signature nailed this for me. Gosh, it's so much harder for me to judge when I'm using a single pressure washer now. Like, this sucks. This has got nothing. Well, in comparison to a dual, I wonder what 2 of these puppies would do. This isn't gonna work so great. I have a, shoot, I didn't plan ahead. I got a 1.5 on here, so don't judge the foam. It's gonna be a little watery. Still doing okay, but you would want a 1.25 millimeter orifice with this, single AR for sure. Get out of your way here. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, this is the best wash, man. The first wash after a full detail. Also great first wash after going to the track. Although we were nursing this puppy around, I'd have to give back like $500,000 to everybody if I crashed the darn thing. I hate felt fender liners. I don't care if it makes it quieter. It's just gross. I guess if that's the worst part of this car, we're doing all right. Move this sucker over here. got one of the wheels locked so it doesn't run away on me. Yeah, this is a good giveaway. It was a good car. I think this might be my last giveaway. I'd committed to this, 3 years ago when I ordered the darn cars, or 2 years ago. So I had to finish the job. So we have armor wheel coating on here, on both the calipers and the wheels. OG tire dressing. So I always lay the tire dressing on thick. And again, I did all that work to like prep the tire, clean the tire, denib the tire, get everything set up and ready. One thing on the on your product and your sprayers, first of all, make sure you're not cross-threading it. But sometimes you'll get some product coming through here and you'll get some buildup. And then your thing will spray a little funny. This is with any sprayer. And so you want to make sure that you're clean. Because it's a really tight orifice there, and so you don't want to clog that up. But then always turn kind of backwards and then forwards. It's a good move to do. There we go. See, there was a little chunk in there from my product. A little tip for you. And really any sprayer, you'd want to clean out your tips every so often. And so anyway, I built up all this, did all this work to get the tire prepped. I like Brake Buster for this job rather than something like CarPro Retire or something more aggressive. I just want to superficially clean the tire and that's it. I don't want to strip it. I just want to get the surface level clean, maintain my dressing, and then I'll just add another layer to it after I dry the car. It's pretty nice, man. Look at that. They really killed it with this wheel coating. It's so good. All right, next wheel. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Use the Ryan fine detailing method, which was to spray the rotors first. These rotors are rust happy, and so hit the rotors with a little bit of Atomac here first when they're dry. I don't know if it works, but it seems like it might. Especially when I'm gonna spray it all off. What's going on here? Man, the weather's actually pretty nice. Rain came through. Maybe a cold front a little bit. So, pressure washer noise to me, I've learned after testing a lot of them, is that how loud it is matters, but what matters more is the frequency. I wish I would have, when we did all the testing, I wish I'd gotten like a frequency sweep, or figured out at what frequency was the most pleasant, because Something about the way that the original 630, I think, I want to say this is quieter. But something about it just, I don't know, it's not unpleasant, but it just sounds different. I don't know. Same thing with this. And when you're evaluating things, like I tend to do, that evaluation period, like I'm interviewing a lot of people for CFO, COO positions, and when you're evaluating, you may look at the detail a little bit more specifically than when you're just living life. Same thing when you're evaluating a pressure washer or evaluating a product that you're going to use or keep or put in your garage. Now, most of you don't have the luxury of evaluating. You got to pick one. But I'll tend to nitpick a little more than I would if I was just living with it every day after I've made the choice. Let's keep rolling around here. I always like to do the exhaust on this at this stage. I do have a high spot right there. I noticed it when it was on the lift. I didn't do a full wiperoo. Even us perfect people sometimes don't get it perfectly right, I knew it. I watched him wipe that off. I saw that on the video. Okay, all right, sure you did. Sure you did, buddy. Where did my wheel thing go? Too much going on here. I never put the Dr. Beasley's on here, did I? I don't think so. So the car has 105, 106 miles on it. And that'll be it. I'm not driving this sucker anywhere. If I crash the thing, I'm screwed. See, I like the this handle. It's nice, but it's a little too floppy for me. See, it's like, and that's why we modify and put the Increda pad or Increda brush pad on. When I say we, I mean me. I put it on the Detail Factory handle. It's not all wobbly. I don't like that wobbliness. Got some dirt going on here. Not used to all that dirt. So the suspension was great, is great. The exhaust is great. I mean, There's no reason to ever open the valve. I've got the valve controller, but the only reason I got the valve controller is so that way I can just leave the valves open all 100% of the time. When we made our exhaust video, I don't even, I used to do this where I'd be like, oh, here's with valves closed. Well, who and what car guy or girl is gonna frickin' close the valves? It's for losers. My neighbors want to hear the car too. Everybody wants to hear it. It sounds awesome, and it's not that loud. So, I freaking hate valves. All the people who buy internet exhaust. You know, all the IPEs and the Army Tricks and the FI, they're all made in the same place. They buy those internet exhausts. They'll put valves on a car that doesn't even have valves. It's like the stupidest thing ever. Why in the world would you do that? I tell you what happened to the Raptor?
Yeah, Mike translated the message.
Apparently method wheels. If you ever get, people, this is a public service announcement. If you get method wheels, and you're gonna take a road trip, bring your torque wrench at like the second exit, get off, pull on the rest stop, and re-torque. So I thought, we're blaming Rex all these years that he frickin' didn't tighten the wheel down. Well, apparently something, I don't know if it's the casting of the methods or where it, it loosened up, and all four wheels loosened up. One of them only one of them loosened up enough to, then the lugs fall off, and then the studs shear off, and Michelle's stranded on the side of the road again. To the same place, to Destin, same place. But you're gonna like this, Mike. An old Sequoia TRD Pro, I think is what I'm getting.
Now we're talking.
I made the call. I think I got Michelle on board too.
That's perfect. I mean, it really is a truck best. It's gonna have a
Yep, and the third row. So I think we're gonna get a Sequoia. Because I'm gonna, I said, well, I got 3 more years. But now it's modified to the, what is Mike doing to me here? Why did he put the frickin' wheel weights in the front of the wheel? That's not smart. So yeah, the Raptor, I think I'm gonna sacrifice it. TRD Pro Sequoia, stock, bone stock, forever stock. That's the lesson. Just leave it alone. Although it would look a lot better with 35s on it for sure. Yeah, but just upsizing tires is not really a modification. It's just a thing you do. So yeah, I can't believe the darn Raptor almost blew up. The wheel almost fell off again to the same place. Michelle called me, she was like, you're not gonna believe this, but, and then I started thinking, I'm like, I know I torqued those. I watched us torque it. We torqued it on camera. And then sure enough, it was the same exact wheels, same exact model, same exact place. You get a high speed on the highway. And then it's always when she comes off the highway that, you lose that sort of centrifugal force that keeps the wheel together. And then it starts shearing off the wheel bolts, and there was one lug nut left. The steering wheel starts shaking like crazy. Towed it to a tire shop, and they're putting some studs on it. And they're all judging me, saying, these weren't torqued. I said, okay, all right. Let me send you the video. I gotta prove my manhood to you. I'm telling you. There's something going on here. Now it makes sense. It says it in the box, like in big yellow letters that I didn't read. It says, make sure you double check your torque at 500 miles or something like that. So there must be some expansion contraction of the casting of the aluminum that allows the lugs to loosen up. So if you buy methods, double check. All right, wheels are clean, tires are clean. Now we get to do the fun part. So the car has CSL XO on top of Ultra Fit PPF on the roof. Car sat out all week while we were doing the cabinets. Pick this up. This away. This out of here. Oh, are these Emira shirts live?
The black variants, we had some trouble with the film.
Ah, shoot. Well, then I shouldn't have done this one, worn this one. So we're not going to do this. So there's a black version of the Emira OG shirts. It's also on the site as well. Counts towards the giveaway. See, this thing's growing on me a little bit. Like, here's all our polishes. It's kind of good. Okay, we got that. Get these nozzles out of the way. We go with the dilution that's, Pete suggests 0.5%. So I'm gonna just do, so it calls for 362 for the dual Krenzla. I think it was like 260 or something for single. So if I do, on this one, if I do like 200, we should be somewhere shy of 2% dilution. But you would, if you were gonna do this pressure washer, you would wanna run you'd wanna run a test to get the dilution right. I think for detailing chemicals, the R2V is going to be pretty cool. All right, so let's just do 200. And that'll be good. Fill this up, and then we'll get it on the car. So remember, don't judge this. We've got the wrong orifice size on the foam cannon here. But this is close. This is borderline, because a 1.25 will be borderline for this 2.3 gallons per minute, assuming that's what it tests at. I'm pretty sure it will. So you won't hurt any, you can never hurt anything on a pressure washer going too big. You can hurt it by going too small. Really quiet, man. All right, we'll let that sit for 5 minutes or so. Car will be 90% clean. And then I've got some metered, we'll see if this works. I've got metered reset here already set up. So we'll see if this works on this. With that orifice on there, probably won't, but we'll see. Okay, let's get a little GSF in the bucket. You know, I'm not gonna be lazy here and do this right. Let's mix up some GSF. I don't have an empty foam cannon, do I? I got decon soap here. Just dump this out. I feel like I haven't washed with GSF in a little while. That. All right, I gotta go run into the guest room. That's where I have all my towels. I gotta go get a wash pad and some towels. Forgot to bring those in here. Okay, let's rinse this puppy off. I don't like how when you spray in there, it soaks the whole engine bay down. Pretty sweet. Sucker's pretty clean. Dang. Yep. That's why we do this. All All right, let's GSF it. That's doing okay. It'd be interesting to see how much current this thing draws. That if you opened up the orifice like this and put a 1.5 on it, would you be able to rock a 15 amp circuit instead of a 20? I suspect not, but Alright, foamed up. Dump the rest of this in the bucket. Man, we got lucky. This weather's great. Normally I'd be pouring in sweat in the middle of July or June, end of June. That bucket filler is so good. And wash with the deli pad. Oh yeah, nice and slick. It makes you feel good that the black has PPF on it, so we're not gonna scratch the crap out of it every time you touch it. And whoever wins the car, see, I would leave it, leave everything else un-PPF'd. But the person who gets it, they can do it if they want. Do the front clip. I like to see the paint. Like, what is going on here? Yep. It was a little weird when I first moved in here. I was like, felt a little awkward, but now it's like, it's just, this is where where I do it. Because all my other houses, well, Harbor Hills was kind of like in a fishbowl too, but all my other houses, they didn't have a lot of traffic. Shoot, every time. I'm gonna do much bigger areas than I normally would do because of the build hammers. Got this thing pretty well clean. This is like a unnecessary step almost. Front looking sick. Yeah, so my garage, we're gonna start, the countertops are gonna come either today or tomorrow. depending on when he gets here. And then the tile is going to start Saturday. Frank's going to come do the tile while I'm organizing the drawers. It's going to take me a couple of months to get the drawers organized again. But step one was just to get everything out of the old cabinets. Kevin, who did the PPF, is coming to get the cabinets in a couple of days. So these Pro Slats will go to his garage, go to a worthy home. Again, the Pro Slats are great. The Rousseaus are darn near perfect. But I think I'm going to, since I've been able to live with my tools, I'm gonna thin it out a little bit, I think. I need to add some stuff. I need to add some pry tools, some pick tools, some center punches. So there's some tools that I need to add, and some I probably will subtract. Because I basically, well, not basically, I have to retool grid the whole thing. But I'll use my current tool grid setup, what I did to this point. I'll use that as a guide. So it'll take me a little less time. This is great. I was dreading this wash because, you know, normally this time of day it's freaking humid and hot as crap. It's not humid today. I'm not even sweating. It's amazing. In July. It's the best July ever. Now, by the end of the day, I'm sure it's going to be freaking sweltering. Something about white car, washing a white car to me is just great. It's my favorite thing. Polishing a white car isn't as fun. But when you have a corrected, protected white paint, man, something about it just works for me. What I think I'm gonna do with the Swiss tracks, I'm gonna pull it up after we finish the tile. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna keep the cut pieces and just swap all the center out and sell off the slightly used, slightly dirty. We're okay because we're gonna drive the car anyway. Well, that's certainly nicer to clean your hands off with 2 gallons instead of 4. I love this wash. This very first wash after a detail. It's amazing. The guy almost crashed. He's like, what is going on here? what to do about that. Yeah, pressure washer's good, man. It's good. So, good news on my purchase of a couple pallets of them. So, we're safe. I don't normally like to do that. All right, so we're gonna leave this thing set up because we're gonna need to, after we finish the car, we're gonna do some testing of this thing. Figure out which nozzle, how much flow, and figure out how much amperage it's drawing. Let's blow this puppy off. I'm gonna hit the rotors again. A little bit of Atomac. It's another thing we're getting, is some of these are squeaking a little bit with the new internals. This one is, I can tell, starting to, thinking about squeaking. I wonder if I just put a little silicone lubricant in there. So this is the 880. Do we have 880s yet?
On the way.
So our 880s are coming. It's the one to get. Blow this puppy off. The heck? Must not have charged that. Kidding me? Oh, it's because Ryan's been using it in his frickin' room and not charging. Imagine living life where everything is not charged. Barely made it. Look at that. That drives me crazy. You got 3 giant batteries, all of them dead. Deadzo. I gotta put this in. This is the Exon earring. I think I got the name. It's the throttle blip module. I'm gonna put that in the Emira. Not today. All right, I'm gonna pull it back and forth a couple of times. Make sure I glaze over the, if I can find the key. Yeah, this is the Matt Mormon method here. I'm sure I didn't invent this method. Okay, let's dry this sucker off. Yeah, looks pretty good. I wonder if I should push it forward and close the doors. Drying aid. Man, it feels good having this black PPF on the black. Now we can keep it scratch free, but still getting all the benefits of the pop of the black, full black pack without any of the negative parts. Man, look at that. That's nice. No orange peel. This Ultra Fit is pretty sick. So the white with the drying aid on it will give it a little bit more pop. You got it done just in time for it to start getting hot. I have to figure out what best way to wash this thing because I sprayed water all over the engine bay. There's got to be a better way to do it. So I know I said I wasn't going to do it until I sold the Evo, but I did order a Tesla. I ordered a Model 3. It's freaking crazy. When I bought a Model 3, what was it, like 2020 maybe? In 2021, I paid $72,000 for it. And the car's better than it was then. So I'm gonna get a Model S, but I figured I'm gonna do a smart thing for once in my life and make sure that the full self-driving actually helps me. Because if it doesn't, I don't freaking care to have a Tesla. But if it does, then I'll go and spend the money and get the big boy. But Model 3, 0% APR for 60 months, which is awesome. $47,000. We changed our accounting method from cash basis to accrual. So theoretically, I didn't make any money last year, which will just kick the can down the road to next year. And so I think I qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. I feel like I smell oil.
I do smell that.
Or is that the gas that I dumped all over the place?
That's probably.
Yeah, I did. I overfilled it. So the gas ran down the side of the car. So yeah, I'm gonna do the Model 3, do all the fun parts. Model 3 is more modifiable anyway, which is kind of fun. And then if it works for me, do the Model S at some point. That's my plan. And if it really works, I'll probably place the deposit on the Roadster. Make sure I get one. If they ever make it. Yeah. This car's pretty sweet. It's like the front is just the wrong angle for lower back pain. It's so low in the front. Ah, the air conditioning feels good. All right, I didn't realize it was getting hot. Man, this thing is beautiful. I can't believe someone's gonna get this thing. Like, I'm just gonna say, here you go. Here's the keys. Somebody buys a... Oh, we have the, if you've been thinking about it, we have the Weber Workshops salt and pepper shakers. We finally got them, and they count for the giveaway. It's a lot of money, but if you were thinking about getting it, imagine you got like the best salt and pepper shakers on the planet, and you got the car. That'd be pretty sweet. And it'll improve your odds. Like, I bet you if you bought those, you'd probably have like a 1 in 1,000 chance to win something big.
We sold 3 so far. We have 11 left.
So
And they're in stock. Ship out same day.
okay, yeah, we have 11 left. We have them. They'll ship them tomorrow. Worst case. Nick, you want to go grab mine? It's in the cabinet on the top right, next to the next to the stove. I'm going to show you these things. They're freaking awesome. I didn't think they were awesome at first because I didn't realize, I thought their adjustability wasn't great, but you can turn it way past 1 to 10. It's got like 20 adjustments. And I've got it dialed where I don't have to adjust it at all now. I've got it exactly where I want it. Yeah, this is insane. Absolute insanity. So these are mine. You can see I use them all the time. So I got some Redmonds in there, of course. It's all 316 stainless. You do that next to the... Freaking sick. Yeah. Crap, I got salt all over my towel. And then it comes with this little thingy. So how much is it? 600 bucks?
600.
Yeah. That's my product placement for today, people. You want these. I'm telling you, no question. And you got an excuse. You're like, honey, I got all some salt and pepper shakers. You're like, how much is that? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna win the car. It'll be worth it. And if you don't win, you still win in life because you got these beauties. Look at that. Bang. That's good. Now I'm going to scratch your car with salt that I got all over the towel. Yeah, buddy, that's what you want. Just keep hanging around me, and I'll tell you what you want in life. Yeah. All right, let's keep rolling here. I noticed I missed a couple of spots on the wheels when I was blow drying it, so we'll get that fixed. It's gonna be great. When we get this done, we'll get the AR tested, and I'll have the rest of the day to organize. That's what I want. Minus the 57 calls I probably have to do that I'm not thinking about. A new strategy is going to be, I will no longer get emails. That's my new step. No more emails. Emails will be shuffled, distributed to somebody else that's not me. It's going to be great. I can spend all my time chasing Sonic tools and stuff that I need to be doing, not freaking responding to emails. I got another high spot right there. Dang, I gotta fix that too. 2 high spots. That's bad. So I'm gonna do this in the engine bay. Gosh, that's so weird to have to hold the button down. All right. So I don't want to go wipe the rest of the exterior of the car after cleaning the jam here, so I'm going to use this. Let's clean the engine bay now. So I got freaking crap everywhere. Jeez. It's a huge mess. I love the smell of this, the fiberglass. I love that smell. Reminds me of my stereo, my Bryn Mawr stereo days. I'd go down and check on the guys, what are they building? Let's see, if you do this every single time, you'll keep it nice and clean, protected, which will make it easier to clean. That's what you want to do in life, is keep it clean. That's a lot of soap. Dang. Quick superficial wipe. Nice. Okay. I'll get the vacuum out later. Yeah. So I think on the Model 3 I'm going to do full mount and pass performance suspension again. I'm going to do unplugged carbon ceramic kit. And then I'm pretty sure the carbon ceramic kit is the same on the Model 3 Model S. So I'll probably, if I do get a Model S, I'll transplant the brakes. Unless, if I sold the Model 3. There's a good chance the Model 3 would just become Ryan's car. Be a pretty sweet first car. It's a little fast, but there aren't many safer cars out there. Although, I should probably buy him a manual. It's probably a good skill to learn from the get. I don't really worry about that kind of stuff. Like, you've got to spend a bunch of time on your kids and teaching them finances. I mean, I can teach them in frickin' 15 minutes when they're 20 what they need to know. And same thing, kid, if he wants to learn how to drive a manual, and she'll figure it out. So, I don't know that I worry that much about it. I know that I don't worry that much about it. But we'll see. I mainly want to get him something cool, not for him, but for me. So I can play with it. Let's get him a golf or something, That'd be cool. Put some speakers in it. That could be a whole nother part of our, future series stuff, where we do the entry level stuff through Ryan. Like, sorry Ryan, I got you a new car again. I need you to have this car. I sold your other car. I'm gonna do that for sure. I do that with Michelle. Why wouldn't I do it with Ryan? If I'm paying for it, I might as well make some money off of it. We can bring in new audiences. Yep. Looks pretty good. Got that. We'll put some clarity on the windshield because this has wolves. And then I gotta see the wheels. I didn't do a good job. It's been a while since I've had to deal with brake dust. All right, address the tires here. We'll do the clarity, and that's a wrap. So that there. All I have is a month's worth of work to get this garage organized. It's gonna feel really good. Why did I just grab rinseless? So again, we cleaned the tire, but we didn't strip the tire. The tire is nice and set up to accept. This is my favorite tire dressing application. It's the one directly after the initial detail. Nice. And I'll let that sit there a little thicker, and then we'll come and wipe it later. Last step. I want to top my Wolfs with a little Clarify Phobic from CarPro. These two play nicely together. I'm only going to do this on the windshield because the rest of the car has CSL XO on the rest of the glass. Those. I find that these play well together. This Clarify doesn't play well with all glass coatings. I'm assuming it would play well with Forte, with CarPro's version, but I'm not sure. I do have that on Michelle's Raptor, so I should test it out. Look how nice that is. I kind of like the bluish hue of the Ultrafit 70%. It's very similar to Air Blue 80 from Lumar that I used for years. I do have to get the suction cup thingy off of here.
What's going on?
It's injecting. All right, everybody. That's a wrap on the. I have one more wash I'll probably have to do to this. But make sure you go get entered as we work through the rest of the giveaway. This car has turned out great. You want it. I kind of want it, so that means you want it. And there's my alarm on cue. Thanks for watching. Thanks to those of you that have entered, and those of you who are about to enter. I say good luck to all, because this car's pretty sick. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.